coming out to another episode of the Easy Red Show. It's Monday. What can you say? It's Monday. If you have the weekend hangover, I feel bad for you. I do too. Um, but hey, do what you want when you pop it, right? I didn't upload yesterday. Took some family time yesterday. Spent some time with my kids. Had them earlier. If you know my kid's mother, if you've seen Jazz, if you see her anytime this week, just tell her you're praying for her. Give her, a hug. Her and her family going through a tough time right now. They just need all the prayers you can give. Take a moment of silence to say a little prayer or whatever you believe in. Just say, give them the best wishes. Just let her know you care. So we're going to take a little moment of silence for that, and we'll get ready to start the show. Thank y'all for that. So in other news today, if you are a Colts fan, if you follow sports, if you follow the NFL, this is the last Sunday just passed without football, by the way. And I think fucking God, I think it. I think this is the last Sunday because baseball. I like baseball. I do. I really like baseball. But I mean, come on now. Nothing's grabbing your attention like the gridiron or the NBA court. And this is the last weekend that just passed without football. And if you follow sports, if you follow football in general, Carson Wentz is going to have foot surgery. So if you're a Colts fan, now your quarterback situation is up in the air. And I mean, this has been like this for Wentz since he came in the league. His health is up there as as a big risk. Carson Wentz, his health is about as sturdy as bread. You put bread by itself. You don't want to put, when you get groceries, you don't want to put bread in the trunk. You want to put it right up beside you up front. You want to keep it safe. For some reason, he's just, every time I turn around, he's falling apart. And other sports news, Carmelo Anthony seems to be joining the Lakers. I was happy as fuck when they won one for Kobe. I grew up a huge Kobe fan. When I went outside, a lot of kids did. When you went outside and you got on the blacktop and you practiced what you seen in the NBA, and Kobe was the one I really mimicked my game after. And I'll try to do the fadeaway like he do. When you score, you run with the biting of your shirt, the fist pump. Kobe is legendary. And when LeBron and them won for Kobe, I was extremely, extremely fucking happy. Yeah. But now Kobe is trying to assemble I'm not a Kobe, damn, excuse me, RIP. LeBron is trying to assemble the Avengers. And like I told a couple of people, Kobe would never do that. Kobe was competitive. He didn't want to play with you, wanted to play against you. A lot of people wanted to go play with Kobe. And Kobe just, he had more pride beating you than he did playing with you. Let's, look back on him, he knocking the Celtics out, playing against Durant and them, and Tracy McGrady, and, a lot of cats like that. And Brandon Roy, thinking, like the Brandon Roy situation. What type of player would have been if he would have stayed healthy? I mean, look at players like Greg Oden and them. Think about the careers they would have had if they could stay healthy. And look at, Devin Booker. Mimics his game so much of Kobe Bryant. He's a killer out there. Everybody knows I'm a big, huge Packers fans. A big-ass Packer fan. So Wisconsin sports is a huge thing for me. I follow the Milwaukee Brewers in baseball. And I've been following the Milwaukee Bucks. And I was happy when LeBron won it for Kobe. And Giannis Antetokounmpo was my favorite player out east. And when Westbrook was out west, he was my favorite player out west. And now, Westbrook is Mr. Triple-Double. And it's promptly put Giannis mostly in the driver's seat for me as going for favorite players. So watching him win one in the way he did, sticking with Milwaukee, a small town not a small town, but a small city, not a big market like a LA, New York, South Beach, and just winning it the way he won. I was very, just proud to be a Bucks fan at the time. And so now that I look at it, I see the team that the Nets have. Imagine them being healthy. The Lakers, the stars that they are trying to get, and LeBron trying to get all 5 Infinity Stones. They have interest from DeMar DeRozan wanting to join. Got Carmelo Anthony about to sign. CP3 just denied his option with the Suns. There's some talks that he may want to join the Lakers. That'll give him an even better chance to win a ring, with his aging career. So, you get CP at the guard, at point, move Westbrook to shooting guard, or hell, even have Westbrook coming off the bench. Or you can have Westbrook start and CP coming off the bench. I mean, if you put both of them on there, both of them, Westbrook is a pat statter. He can still get you a bucket. CP can get you assists. He can get you a bucket. Have LeBron play the 3, 80 on the 4, and Andre Drummond playing the 5. And if that's not the U.S. Olympic team, I don't know what to tell you. That is basically your Western Conference All-Star team there. And that's why I scratch my head now. This new league, especially how it is where everybody wants to play together, it's not that entertaining no more, because you're going to have like 1 or 2 dominant teams where just 5 or 6 years ago, a motherfucker can pop in 2K and you never know who he's going to play for. With a healthy D-Rose, a young healthy D-Rose on the Bulls, with Joakim Noah and Taj Gibson, and that with Jimmy Butler, and then you had KD, James Harden, and Westbrook on the Thunder, and you had the Splash Brothers, and you had Kobe Bryant with Gasol, and Lamar Odom, and Andrew Bynum on the Lakers, and you never knew what a motherfucker was going to play with. But nowadays, everybody's going to go to, everybody's going to pull up the Nets, everybody's going to pull up the Lakers. It's just like back then when everybody was pulling up Cleveland, everybody was pulling up the Warriors. It's not that fun now. And that's the only thing that gets me to where I can't really be behind like LeBron, like a lot of other cats that I know that I'm cool with, that they are. To me, that's just why I will always put Kobe Bryant ahead, and I'll always put MJ just above ahead, because they were so competitive. And yes, I know, hey, Kobe's not winning 3 rings without Shaq. Shaq came in, I can respect that part of the argument. And Michael Jordan wasn't winning nothing until Scottie Pippen arrived. You know what I'm saying? And basketball is a team sport. But your team does not need to be the motherfucking all-star team. It does not need to be the Guardians of the Galaxy, if that makes any sense. So, with it being Monday, I know some of y'all are just getting to work. I know some of y'all are coming from work. And no matter what you do, don't let nobody knock your hustle. Be safe in what you do. Provide for your family. And do you. So with that being said, I know a lot of local artists. I know some people that own businesses. I know some people that got 9-to-5s. And I know they want to reach their goals. They want to reach their dreams each and every day. And I'm just here to tell you, I believe in you. I do. I know that you're going to do it. I know you're going to get to where you want to be at in life. And with that being said, there's some things that I want to do and reach. I make music also. I want to get this show going. I want to be in as many ears as possible no matter what I do. Everybody knows I love to joke and laugh, and I would love to make a motherfucker laugh in a minute. I say off-the-wall shit. I do off-the-wall shit. Especially when I'm playing the game. If you play Call of Duty with me, you know I'm going to rage. If we in game chat and we playing Rebirth or, Warzone, I'm going to say some off-the-wall shit. I'm going to tell you, if you kill me, and I got that 3 seconds to say something, I'm going to say your mother goes to church and pays her tithes with dick sucks. I'm going to say a lot of shit, and I don't care. I've been banned for a couple weeks. I've had, where they made my account on, I don't know if anybody's ever had to go through it, where you couldn't play for a little bit, and I had to look back and I'm like, damn, maybe I need to tone it down on what I say. And as soon as I log in and I drop down and get killed, I'm just gonna say some off the wall shit. Like, your mother's in there fucking right now. Why are you on the game? I don't know. I just be saying shit. But yeah, if you follow sports, you follow anything, whatever you follow, you gonna find it here. We get into anything. I know I got a couple of people that will be guests on some upcoming episodes. I got a excuse me, I got a friend of mine that wants to get on here and talk about relationships. Tevin wants to get on here. We're gonna have an episode where we talk about relationships, and if you want to chime in, write me and say, hey, I want to be added to that call. I want to be added to that, and I want to base my opinion, this and that. Come on in. My opinion on relationships is just, hey, sneaky links last longer than relationships nowadays. Nobody's goal is to get married anymore. And if you are getting married, if you are a fiance, or, if you have a fiance, if you're engaged, I give you nothing but my best wishes. I hope it works out for you. I've been married before, and at that particular time, it didn't work. And divorced several years later, and right now I'm just trying to better myself each and every day, and just be a better father the best I can be each and every day. You strive for greatness. So if you got a husband or wife or whoever you getting married to, I don't judge. I don't, as long as they not underage, because I'm a father first. Hey, love has no color, race, or gender. So do you, if that person makes you happy, be with them. As long as they not underage and you ain't supposed to be with that person. With that being said, other news. Baby sent out an apology. I think this is the second one. He's starting to get dropped from a lot of places. With that being said, you just have to be careful on what you say. I know a lot of people say freedom of speech, but I think nowadays, especially with us looking at it, because a lot of people know I do stand for BLM, freedom of speech only goes for certain people. If you take in what I'm saying, especially as a young black male, you want to speak your mind, they're gonna, it's been shown out through history. I mean, you can argue with me till you're blue in the face. You can look out and look at history, how it is. There's more of a microscope and more judgment put on a young black male than me as a young white male. And I know that. I don't like that. I want a man that is an opposite race of me to have the same privileges and rights as I do. And even though you say this is the land of the free, it's not really free for some people. And that definitely has to change. We have to stop looking at somebody and be scared. And the cops that are here to serve and protect us actually need to do that. Instead of being scared of a child with his hoodie on, or killing a young black child because they swear he has a gun and it turns out to be a water gun. Your job is to de-escalate the situation. And hey, we want you to do your job better. You come to McDonald's or you come to a restaurant and you see a server and you expect that server to she's not supposed to overreact to a stressful customer who just blatantly disrespecting her or blatantly resisting to give her customer satisfaction, if that makes any sense. So if we hold anybody accountable at their jobs, police need to be held accountable at their job too. And so, furthermore, speaking of jobs, I also make beats. I'm trying to learn how to make beats. Let me rephrase it. I've been trying to learn how to make beats. I got a couple that I want to play for y'all, and if you like them, let me know. Let's get into one here. This is a little trap beat I tried to make. It's a couple of seconds, not too major, but it's just something I put together. So if you got me on Facebook at Easy Red Edwards, if you got me on IG, if you got me on wherever you got me, let me know what you think. all right. That was my crack at a kind of making a trap beat. It's got a little Christmas vibe to it. I know it's the wrong time of year for it, but I really like them fucking bells. This shit sounded really good to me. I got another one. It's not a trap beat. It's more so something that you can get into a vibe with. You make you or you want kind of like a vibe song too. So I'm gonna get ready to play that one next. But like I said, I'm on IG at Nate Red Edwards, and then I'm also on Instagram. I'm not Instagram. That's the same thing as IG. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter. Twitter is Bobby Buckets 34. Bobby Buckets come from playing 2K a couple years ago. Bobby Buckets, and he was about getting a bucket. That's I've had that Twitter name for a while now. Bobby Buckets, and that's with a Z. If you played PlayStation with me a couple years back, my PSN name was Bobby Buckets. So if you see JD or Melvin or anybody that I used to with Bobby Buckets, then it was Easy at the time, and that's how Easy came into it. So, and I did have my name as Red Edwards for a while, but if you've seen Spotify and you've seen me on Spotify, there's a black pastor with that same name, and so it's kind of weird when I make rap music with explicit lyrics. Fuck this, da 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 da, this and that, and he's singing, gospel songs. It just, that's like putting a hot pocket with green beans. You know what I'm saying? It just not quite everybody's entourage. So. But coming into it, we finna get into this next beat. And like I said, if you like this one, or if you like the previous one I just played, hit me up. I'm gonna start trying to post more beats. I'm gonna start making more beats. I'm gonna start trying to get in here, start trying to make them maybe like $5, $10 a pop. And you take them, you use them. You wanna put them on Spotify, Apple. They'll have full commercial rights. I just want to get my name out there just as much as you do. So let's get into this next one, and y'all tell me what you think. And that beat was called Have I Never. And that was just a little something that I was thinking, and kind of started with that. If you've ever heard a splice of anything, sometimes that can help you get a kind of idea for the melody. And I found that it was a vocal little hook. And so I think that's how you describe it. It was just a quick little melody, and it had that little in there. And I figured I can do something with this. So I bought that little part and I moved it over, and I started adding the snares and the kicks and the claps. And hey, like I said, I'm trying to learn. I want to be able to, get my name out of there, and I'm going to get back to start making music pretty soon. I want to get this show going. A lot of us that are doing shit want to find a way to replace our 9-to-5s. Want to find a way to, do better for us and our kids. And that goes without saying. I don't mind help. I don't mind support. I don't mind supporting. Quick shout out to the Low Key Cave. They shared a podcast earlier. My dog Sincere, he makes music. I know he's got an EP dropping August 4th, I believe. There's a couple of females on here that want to talk about their modeling businesses. Got them coming up. Cosma Kane, thank her for the shout out earlier. She's got
some things to help you, get your frequencies and moon readings and things like that, and get you, more in tune with your zodiac. So we'll have that more coming up. Like I said earlier, we'll have an episode coming up, or we'll be talking about relationships. We get on here and we'll talk about some money moves. We'll start getting some artists in here featuring them, get some songs played for you. I just, we'll get some shit going. Also, you want to come here and talk shit, talk sports. I'm waiting on Cowboy fans. I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans of people I fuck with. So I know that they're saying this is their year. Y'all got the game coming up. I think it's the opener of the NFL season. Y'all playing Tampa. As much as I don't like y'all, I ain't rooting for y'all. We lost to them in the NFC Championship game, and it shouldn't happen. You pick off Brady 3 times, and you shouldn't lose to him. But yeah, and there's a couple of times Aaron tried to force it in there to Devontae, and there was some other options open. But I think he just needed some mental time off, and to get the front office to understand, like, hey, we got a lot of weapons on offense. Get the Smith brothers some help. I know we got Kenny Clark on the line. I'm glad to see David Bakhtiari back for the offensive line. And I know we had a receiver, I'm trying to think of his name right now. It's not off the top of my head right now. I know we had a really good receiver sit out last year because of the COVID situation. Lazard's playing pretty good, but there was a lot of calls that could have been made. But like I was telling somebody, I really think they let Tampa win it for Tom Brady. Tampa was the first team to ever host a Super Bowl at their stadium, the first home team to be at a Super Bowl that their stadium is hosting. And then on top of that, they won it. And I seen earlier today where Patrick Mahomes was saying he really believes that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to go undefeated this year. It's going to be his goal for the Kansas City Chiefs to be undefeated this year. And they come out of that, they got some dogs in their conference. I think they're in the conference with, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it is with Seattle and San Francisco and the LA Rams. And the LA Rams seem to got their guy with Matt Stafford. I know a lot of things that they said they couldn't really do with Jared Goff, they could do with Matthew Stafford. And it's going to come down to Matthew. Can he win? Can he win it at playoff times? The Lions had some bad seasons. And excuse me, as a huge Packers fan, I don't know why I keep saying fans, as a huge Packer fan, that was good, really good for me with the Lions struggling. The Vikings seem to be getting it together. And the Chicago Bears, I don't think Andy Dalton's going to hold on to that starting job much. I think about week 4, week 5, week 6, Justin Fields takes that. And, with, I think it's Trey out in San Francisco, I don't think he gets the start, nor do he sees much of the field this year. That's Jimmy Garoppolo's spot. New England, I know. I feel like, that's Cam Newton's job to lose. Cam Newton, he's really wanting that opportunity to show him he's still the big dog around here. And I'm rooting for Cam. I wasn't a huge Carolina Panthers fan. I've always been a huge Packers fan. And when he was with Carolina, when they wasn't playing us, I was rooting for him because Cam, that's a big motherfucker. I think with Cam, the only thing with Cam is he just dresses like somebody's bad auntie. And other than that, I fucks with him. I just, but hey, I can't really get into it. Russell Westbrook is one of my top 5 favorite players. And this man comes to every game, and I don't think he ever wears the same thing twice, nor do I think he wears the same genre twice. If that makes sense. I've seen him come in a Hard Rock shirt one time. He had the sleeves cut up, and then the next day he came in looking like he just got back from the beach. And Russell Westbrook has his own swag. So, I respect that. And, the NBA season is over, but the summer league is starting. So we'll get the chance to look at a lot of these young players that just came out the draft, see how they're doing. Speaking of draft, there's a couple players that went undrafted just to go play with the Lakers. I knew you could do that, but I forgot that you can do that because it's not. You don't really see that much. Players as a young kid, that's what your dream was. Your dream was to get your name called up to that stage and shake the commissioner's hand and put the hat on the team that drafted you. Coming up, if I had a dream to make it to the NBA, and I was like, man, it'd be great to get drafted by the Lakers. It'd get great to be drafted by the Hornets or the Bucks, and stand there and shake David Stern's hand or Adam Silver's hand and put the hat on and just look out there. And then I think one's from Oklahoma, and then the other guy is from, we've seen his high school clips. I think it's Drew McGuire or something like that. And he wanted to be an undrafted free agent to come out. He didn't want to be drafted. He opted out of being drafted and went and signed with the Lakers. And they just want to be some shooters to get a quick ring to be a champion. I think they feel the best way or the only way they'll ever see a ring. So it's crazy. And just on that note, before I leave y'all, if the Lakers have their way, it's gonna be the fucking Avengers versus the NFL, the NBA. And on the NFL side, if the players might want to think about holding out a little bit, or I know Baker Mayfield's up for a deal. A lot of people like Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar Jackson. They were talking about earlier, a lot of these players may want to take a year or so before they even talk about doing a new deal. And I'm hoping that Davante Adams is listening, and I'm hoping Davante Adams is taking in consideration that maybe if I wait a couple of years to take a new deal, then I can get the money that I feel that I'm earned. Because the NFL kind of lowered the salary caps, and the NBA did too, with COVID happened. And then now, hopefully we're moving in the right direction, and the salary caps are starting to go back up. A lot of these players that were released, or a lot of players that had to get cut for, budget and cap reasons. And now a lot of these teams that are rebuilding can get back to building. So, but speaking of the NFL, and before I leave y'all, message me. Write me who you think out of the quarterbacks that just got drafted, who do you think is going to have the best rookie season? I know Justin Fields might not touch the ball until week 4 or 5, starting job wise. Trevor Lawrence is just going to be thrown out there, but I feel like he's probably in the best possible position with Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer's been waiting on this opportunity for a long time, and he has an awesome quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. And if anybody's seen Tim Tebow, that motherfucker looks like a tank running up and down the field. He kind of reminds me of the Roger Clemens situation, where if you've ever heard of Cat Williams, and back when he was, they were talking about Barry Bonds on steroids, and Barry Bonds didn't say shit, but Roger Clemens couldn't keep his mouth closed. And Cat Williams had a little skit where he was talking about Roger Clemens, and Roger was in court going, I just got bigger and stronger the older I got. Like, you basically told yourself that you were taking steroids. To me, that's the only thing really that hurts baseball, is the performance enhancement. And a lot of them guys get big as fuck because they just want to hit home runs. And so, I'm a big Philadelphia Phillies fan. Got Bryce Harper. And so I'm hoping the team can turn around. We haven't won the pennant since the early 2000s. I think it was 2008, I believe, 2009. When they had Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins. They had an amazing pitching core. And so now with us having, here in Green Bay, having Randall Cobb back, him and Aaron Rodgers are one of the top 5 for quarterback receiver connection. Look it up. They have the I guess, greatest QB rating between QB and certain receiver. I know. I think Aaron Rodgers was up there with somebody else, or it could have been. I think Tom Brady with Rob Gronkowski. I do believe Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady were second. I think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams was number one. But I know it was either 1, 2. But I know Randall Cobb and Aaron Rodgers are five. And so, like I said, email me, text me, hit me up on Facebook, IG. Which quarterback of the rookie season do you think is going to have the best season? And we'll get on here and we'll discuss it. You want to come in as a guest, let me know. But anything else, above all that, like I said, if you see Jazzy, you see my kid's mother, that's Jasmine Sinclair. If you see her, if you went to school with her, just if you see her, just let her know you're praying for her, give her a hug. She's going through, like I said, a rough time. Our family's going through something really, really major right now. Really stressful. I'm not going to get too much into it. Just need all the positive vibes we can and prayers that you can. So if you just see her, just send you prayers, positive vibes for what you and your family are going through right now. And just make sure hey, every day is a blessing. If you wake up, you winning. So don't ever think your life is in shambles. Don't ever look at somebody else's life and compare it to yours and think you're not doing something with your life. If you woke up this morning, you winning. Okay? So just always keep your head up no matter what you do. And like I said, stay blessed. Until the next episode, let's get it.